Are you sure they won't catch us? Are you sure it's safe? Funke asked Abigail with worry written all over her face as they were about to sneak out of the school through a secret PA in the fence. You are now watching Tales by Kelechi. This is not our first time or second time doing this, so just trust us and tag along. But if you're not bold enough, then go back to the hostel and read your books as usual. Abigail replied to her with an angry face. I wonder why you are asking such a stupid question. Didn't you say you wanted to be one of us? Aisha asked as well. Funke didn't want to offend them. She wanted to feel among the big girls of Brian's college, so she summoned courage and sneaked out of the school with them. Funke had gained admission into Brian's college a few months ago on scholarship as a boarding student. She came from a very poor background, but was very intelligent and brilliant, which helped her secure the scholarship. When she got to Brian's college, she took her studies seriously, just as her parents advised her before she left this village for the city. She avoided trouble and made sure not to break any school rules or regulation. However, Funke started getting distracted when she met a girl called Abigail. Unlike Funke, Abigail came from a very rich family. Her parents were politicians, so she had everything she needed. She was a spoiled child who often ridiculed and bullied those from poor families alongside her partner, Aisha, who was also from a very wealthy home. Funke envied Abigail and Aisha and admired the way they lived in school, being able to buy whatever they wanted and the respect they commanded. She started getting closer to them despite warnings from her friends who advised her to stay away. Funke's friends warned her against Abigail and Aisha, but she stubbornly refused to listen. One day, Abigail and Aisha told Funke that they would sneak out of school at night to visit a club and that they wanted her to come along if she truly wanted to be part of their group. Funke felt so happy and accepted the invitation. When it was time, Funke was scared, but she mustered the courage to go with them. When they sneaked out of the school compound, Abigail and Aisha changed into skimpy and short dresses. They gave Funke a dress to wear, but she wasn't comfortable with clothes because it was too skimpy and short. This clothes is too short for me. My lap is exposed and my back is open. Don't you have another piece of clothing for me? Funke asked. Are you serious? Too short? You want to go to club looking like an old woman? Or what? See, if you won't wear that clothes, go back into the hostel. I told you not to bring this village girl with us, Abigail said angrily. If you won't wear it, then go back into the school and stay away from us, Aisha threatened. Funke foolishly succumbed to their threats and wore the clothes they gave her. The dress clung tightly to her body, revealing her thighs and exposing most parts of her body. When they finished preparing, Abigail brought out a cell phone she had hidden in her backpack and called a strange number, telling the person that they were ready. In less than 10 minutes, a luxurious car parked up in front of them. The driver stepped out and hugged Abigail and asked them to get in so he could take them to the club. Funke felt so uneasy but didn't have the courage to refuse. Together, they entered the car, with Abigail sitting in the front seat while Funke and Aisha sat at the back. In a few minutes, they arrived at the club. It was filled with people, and Funke felt uncomfortable as she saw some guys smoking outside and young girls in awkward position with older men. Let's go inside, Abigail said, diverting Funke's attention from what she was focused on. Inside, the music was loud and people were drinking and dancing. Funke went to sit by the bar while Abigail and Aisha went off with a man into a different part of the club. As Funke sat, looking around in shock, a handsome man approached her. "Hey, beautiful," he said, yelling over the music. Funke tried to be polite, but her parents advised about avoiding boys echoed in her mind. She told the man she wasn't interested in talking to strangers. Despite her resistance, the man gave her his number on a piece of paper before leaving. Just then, Abigail and Aisha returned, surprised to see Funke talking to someone. "Who was that?" Aisha asked. Funke explained what happened, but she said she wasn't interested in the man. They dismissed her concerns, telling her she needed to enjoy and relax. They pressured her into taking a shot of alcohol. Funke hesitated but eventually gave in, although she didn't enjoy it. Early the next morning, the girls took a cab back to school, sneaking into the hostel without being caught. When they asked Funke about the man from the club, she explained he gave her his number, but she insisted she wasn't interested. Abigail and Aisha mocked her, calling her childish and naive. "Do you know who that man is?" Abigail asked. "He is one of the wealthiest men in town. Imagine having someone like him as your boyfriend. You wouldn't lack anything." Despite her parents' warning, Funke foolishly allowed herself to be influenced. She called the man. His name was Emmanuel, using Abigail and Aisha's phones. Over time, Funke and Emmanuel grew close. Emmanuel lavished her with gifts, including a phone, and she began sneaking out of school frequently to see him. Funke's academics began to suffer. She distanced herself from her old friends and became fully integrated into Abigail and Aisha's circle. One weekend, Emmanuel invited the girls to his house for his birthday. Everything took a darker turn from that day. At his house, Emmanuel lured Funke into his room with the promise of a gift, a beautiful dress. Once inside, he locked the door and demanded she sleep with him in exchange for the dress. Funke resisted, pleading that she had vowed to keep her virginity until marriage, but Emmanuel grew angry and forcefully assaulted her. Devastated, Funke returned to the party wearing the dress Emmanuel gave her. Abigail and Aisha didn't notice her pain and even admired the gown. That night, Funke confided in him, only to be met with callous responses. "What did you expect? No man will spend money on you without expecting something in return," Aisha said coldly. From that day, Funke distanced herself from Abigail and Aisha, realizing how toxic their influence was. But little did she know her problems were just beginning. Weeks later, Funke started feeling nauseous and weak. A close friend suspected she was pregnant. A pregnancy test confirmed her fears. Desperate, Funke turned to Emmanuel, but he denied his responsibilities and refused to help her. Heartbroken, Funke attempted to terminate the pregnancy on her own, using unsafe drugs she found online. The failed abortion landed her in the hospital, where she narrowly survived. However, the procedure caused irreversible damage, leaving her unable to bear children. Funke's parents and the school principal were informed, and Abigail and Aisha were expelled for breaking school rules. Emmanuel was arrested for assaulting Funke. Funke spent the rest of her life as a cautionary tale, warning others about the dangers of bad company and the importance of staying true to one's principles.